friends! Today we're going to be doing an experiment for the science fair competition. This experiment is called Magic Milk. So the ingredients we're going to use are milk. Make sure it's milk with a lot of fat in it. So milk comes in whole milk, 2%, 1%, or non-fat. You need to make sure you have milk that has lots of fat because that's going to be important in our experiment. You'll also need food coloring and a cotton swab, a Q-tip. The last thing you need is some dish soap. For our experiment, we're going to be doing it on a plate. First thing we'll do is add some milk to our plate. There has to be enough to cover it, but you don't want it to overflow. All right, so we have our milk. Next, we'll add some food coloring. I'm going to use a couple drops of every color. We're going to put them close to the center, but not mixed together. All right, so we have our milk and our food coloring. The next thing I'm gonna do is get lots of dish soap on one side of my Q-tip. After I do that, and it's covered in dish soap, I'm gonna stick it right in the center. I want you, before we do that, to make a hypothesis. A hypothesis is what scientists do before they do an experiment, and it's a guess for what you think is going to happen. So take a minute. Guess what you think might happen when we stick the Q-tip covered in dish soap in the center of the milk and food coloring. All right, now that you have your guess, let's see if you're correct. I'm going to do it again with the other end. Is that what you guessed what would happen? So the reason that all of the colors explode is because milk is made up of minerals and proteins and fats. When we add the soap to the soap runs around to try and attach to the fat. Usually we wouldn't be able to see that, but since we added the food coloring, we see all the colors kind of get pushed around while the soap chases the fat that's inside of the milk.